As a leadership coach, one of the common questions I keep getting from people around me is, what are those topmost skills to be a great leader? What are those topmost qualities or traits to be a great leader? And according to me, the top five qualities or traits to be a great leader are, I would say, the first one is called speak like a leader. How can you speak like a leader? How can you hone your linguistic skills? How do you make sure you have a balance between listening and speaking? How do you speak less and convey more? There are people who keep blabbering. There are people who always beat around the bush. And such people are not being liked in the organizations or in life in general. So, the first and foremost thing is speak like a leader, be presentable. And by the way, one thing which is embedded in that speak like a leader is look like a leader. How are you maintaining your looks in terms of your wardrobe, in terms of the way you are showing your gestures and stuff like that? So, speak like a leader is your first and foremost thing. The second one, I would say, is they say when you speak like a leader, you should also think like a leader. If you think like a leader, you can better speak like a leader. So, thinking like a leader is the second most quality to be a great leader. And according to me, when you try to build your thinking skills, it can be forward thinking, or it can be anticipating the future. It can also be thinking about what else can we do for the organization, for the team, for yourself, which others are not doing. Are you able to think something out of the box is the biggest question, and that needs a lot of preparation. And in our leadership space, we call it design thinking or critical thinking or systemic thinking. So, think like a leader is the second biggest quality to be a great leader. Now, the third one, when you speak well and you think well, the third most important quality is how do you manage like a leader? And they say modern day management is all about doing more with less, doing more with less. How do I manage my team? How do I manage myself? How do I manage my organization? How do I manage my clients effectively? Is the third biggest quality of a great leader. A lot of people think management is easy, or a lot of people think management is a thankless job. But it is because of the managers the organization runs. So, my dear friends, the third biggest quality is manage like a leader. Now, when you speak like a leader, when you think like a leader, when you manage like a leader, there are two more qualities which are extremely, extremely important. The fourth one is called coach like a leader. How do I coach my team? How do I coach my people who are reporting to me? How do I coach my clients? How do I coach myself? Extremely important in this world that you constantly coach your team members, because they are into a lot of things. They don't have that maturity levels, and it's very, very important for you to be constantly in touch with them. And coaching, the coaching skill is actually being learned by everyone in today's world. All the senior management in organizations are learning the coaching skill. And for that matter, if you are in a organization which is maybe a public organization or an NGO or a non-profit organization, even there, coaching is become extremely, extremely popular and important. So, my dear friends, coach like a leader. And people generally learn the coaching skill by going to organizations like International Coaching Federation, which is the number one coaching accreditation body. In fact, they say coaching is all about leading by thought-provoking questions, right? Asking thought-provoking questions so that a lot of self-discovery can happen, and you can definitely learn that skill and start coaching like a leader. Now, the fifth one, which is the most important, doesn't come naturally to any leader or any manager. Any guesses? I will give you 2 seconds to think about it. No, doesn't come your way. It is about selling like a leader. How do I sell like a leader? And selling is not about direct sales or something like that, or selling your product, but selling your ideas, selling your concepts, selling your um, some of those initiatives which you want to implement in the organization. Now, selling creates the visibility for you and your team, and that's how you'll be able to tell people what you have done. And that way, people know exactly what you have done, and they can work more and more with you. So, selling like a leader, which doesn't come naturally, has become the fifth biggest quality as a leader. So, my dear friends, in order to summarize, speak like a leader, think like a leader, manage like a leader, then coach like a leader, and then sell like a leader. These are my top 5 qualities or traits to become a great leader. I hope you follow it, and one day you will be a great leader.